You're sitting there, staring at your cruise booking screen, and there it is. The drink package. $60, $70, maybe $80 a person, per day. And your brain starts doing the math. That's hundreds of dollars before you've even packed a suitcase. So you Google it, and every forum, every blog, every Reddit thread says the same thing. Just buy the drink package, it's worth it. But here's what nobody's telling you. For nearly half of all cruisers, the drink package is a money trap. And for the other half, there are ways to pay dramatically less for the exact same thing. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on how drink packages actually work, why cruise lines have engineered them to exploit your uncertainty, and the real strategies, not the clickbait nonsense, that can save you hundreds of dollars on your next sailing. Some of this, the cruise lines genuinely do not want to be widely known. Not because it's forbidden, but because it cuts directly into their most profitable upsell. Let me be upfront with you. I'm not going to pretend there's one weird trick that magically gives you free drinks on a cruise ship. That's not how this works. What I'm going to do is walk you through the actual economics of drink packages, expose the psychological pricing games being played on you, and hand you a set of specific strategies that experienced cruisers and even crew members have quietly confirmed. By the time this video ends, you'll know exactly whether the drink package makes sense for your trip, how to get it at the lowest possible price if it does, and what to do instead if it doesn't. And honestly, that last part is where the real savings are hiding. Here's something most passengers never stop to think about. The drink package isn't priced based on what drinks cost the cruise line. It's priced based on what makes you feel anxious enough to buy it. Cruise lines have spent years refining this. They know that when you see individual cocktail prices, $13, $14, $15 each, your brain immediately panics. You start imagining a bar tab spiraling out of control in the middle of the ocean with no alternatives. That fear is the product. The package exists to be the relief from a problem they manufactured. When a single poolside margarita costs $15, suddenly $65 a day for unlimited feels like a bargain. But it's only a bargain relative to the inflated individual prices they've set. Former cruise line revenue managers have openly discussed this pricing psychology in industry conferences. The drink menu isn't designed to sell you individual drinks. It's designed to sell you the package. Let's get specific, because this is where most people trip up. Say your drink package costs $70 per day. The average cocktail on board runs about $14. That means you need to drink 5 cocktails every single day just to break even. 5, not 3, not 4. 5 full-priced drinks. Now, a lot of people hear that and say, easy, I'm on vacation. But here's what they're not factoring in. That's 5 drinks on port days when you're off the ship for 6 hours exploring a town with $3 beers. That's 5 drinks on sea days when you sleep in until 11 and have an early dinner. That's 5 drinks on embarkation day when you don't board until 2 in the afternoon. Across a 7-night cruise, breaking even actually requires about 35 cocktails. When one passenger I spoke with tracked her drinks on a Mediterranean sailing, she hit 22 for the entire week. She overpaid by nearly $200. And she's not unusual. Surveys from cruise forums consistently show that roughly 40 to 45% of package buyers don't break even. Now, if you've done the math and the package still makes sense for you, here's where it gets interesting. Cruise lines almost always offer drink packages at a discount before you board, but the discount isn't static. It fluctuates, and there's a sweet spot. Typically, the deepest discounts appear in 2 windows. The first is right after you book your cruise, sometimes within the first 48 hours, when the cruise line bundles package offers into a welcome promotion. The second window is usually 2 to 4 weeks before sailing, when the revenue team is trying to lock in pre-board purchases. Between those windows, prices often creep back up. Here's the move. The day you book your cruise, screenshot the drink package price, then check it every week in your online cruise planner. Many cruise lines let you buy the package and then cancel and rebook if the price drops before sailing. Royal Caribbean, for example, has historically allowed this through their cruise planner. You could save 20 to 35% just by being patient and watching. This one frustrates me, because cruise lines are technically transparent about it, but they bury it. Your unlimited drink package has limits. On most major cruise lines, there's a per drink price cap. Typically, it covers drinks up to $12 or $13. Anything above that? You're paying the difference out of pocket. So that specialty cocktail the bartender recommended, the one that costs $17, you just paid $4 or $5 for a drink you thought was free. It adds up quietly. There are also time restrictions that passengers overlook. Some packages don't activate until a specific time on embarkation day. Some exclude certain premium venues or special tasting events, and nearly all of them exclude drinks you order through room service after a certain hour. A couple from Texas told me they ordered a bottle of wine to their stateroom on the first night, assuming it was covered. It wasn't. That was a $40 surprise on their final bill. Read the terms, every single line. All right, here's where we get to the good stuff. The actual loophole isn't some secret code or hidden menu. It's understanding how cruise line pricing bundles work and where the gaps are. Most cruise lines now offer tiered pricing. You've got the base fare, then add-ons like drink packages, Wi-Fi, specialty dining, and shore excursions. Increasingly, cruise lines are bundling these into value packages or all-in fares that include drinks. And here's what's fascinating. Sometimes, the all-in fare with drinks included is barely more expensive than the base fare plus a separately purchased drink package. In some cases, it's actually cheaper. This happens because the bundled fare is priced by the sales team to fill cabins, while the add-on drink package is priced by the revenue team to maximize profit. Those two teams don't always coordinate perfectly. The gap between those two pricing strategies is where smart cruisers save real money. Before you buy any drink package separately, always, and I mean always, compare the total cost against an upgraded fare tier that includes drinks. I want to be careful with this one because it's not about gaming the system. It's about being strategic. Crew members who work the bars have mentioned that timing and choice matter more than most passengers realize. Here's what that looks like in practice. Specialty coffees and smoothies count toward your package. A $5 latte at the onboard cafe? Covered. If you're a coffee drinker having 3 or 4 specialty coffees a day, that's $15 to $20 in value before you've touched a cocktail. Suddenly, your break-even number drops from 5 drinks to 3. Also, premium bottled water and fresh juices typically count. Passengers who consciously use their package for everything it covers, not just alcohol, consistently come out ahead. One bartender on a Caribbean sailing told a passenger that the cruisers who get the most value are the ones who treat the package like a hydration plan with cocktail benefits. That's a crew member's honest perspective, and it's genuinely smart advice. This connects directly to whether you need the package at all, because there's a surprising range of drinks available on most cruise ships that cost you absolutely nothing. Basic coffee and tea from the buffet stations, free. Water, lemonade, and iced tea at the buffet, free. Room service coffee and tea in the morning on many lines, still free. Some cruise lines include basic juice at breakfast. And here's one a lot of passengers don't know. On several cruise lines, you can request hot chocolate, certain herbal teas, and flavored water at no charge from specific bars and stations. If you're someone who drinks moderately, maybe 1 or 2 cocktails at dinner and casual drinks during the day, the free options can cover a surprising chunk of your hydration. Pair those free drinks with a handful of individually purchased cocktails, and you might spend far less than the package price. For lighter drinkers, the package doesn't just fail to save money. It actually pressures you to drink more than you want just to justify the cost. That's not a vacation. That's an obligation. This is one of the most frustrating policies in cruising. On most major cruise lines, if one person in a cabin buys the drink package, the other person has to buy it too. The logic from the cruise line side is obvious. They don't want one person buying the package and ordering drinks for 2. But what if one of you barely drinks? What if your partner prefers soda while you want cocktails? Here's what experienced cruisers have figured out. On select cruise lines, the soda package is significantly cheaper and satisfies the both must buy requirement. So instead of both passengers purchasing the full alcohol package, one gets the alcohol package and The other gets the soda or non-alcoholic package. The savings can be $25 to $40 per day. Over a 7-night cruise, that's up to $280 back in your pocket. Now, this varies by cruise line and sometimes by sailing. Royal Caribbean and Celebrity have historically offered this flexibility, but policies shift. Always verify directly with the cruise line before booking. Call them. Don't rely on outdated forum posts. Here's something that's quietly become one of the most effective ways to save on drink packages, and cruise lines aren't thrilled about it. Third-party travel agencies and booking platforms sometimes negotiate group rates or promotional bundles that include drink packages at prices lower than what you'd find booking directly. These aren't shady discount sites. They're established agencies that buy in volume and pass part of the savings along. In some cases, agencies offer onboard credit as part of their booking deal, credit that you can then use toward purchasing the drink package once on board, effectively getting a discount. The cruise line's own website wouldn't give you. One couple booked through a cruise specialized travel agent and received $200 in onboard credit, which they applied directly to their drink packages. Their effective per day cost dropped from $68 to about $54 per person. That's a meaningful difference. The key is working with agents who specialize exclusively in cruises. They know which promotions stack, which don't, and when the best windows are. Pay close attention to this one, because it's the factor that wrecks drink package value more than anything else. On a typical 7-night Caribbean cruise, you'll have 3 to 4 port days. On those days, most passengers leave the ship by 8 or 9 in the morning and don't return until 4 or 5 in the afternoon. That's 7 to 8 hours when your drink package is sitting unused while the daily charge keeps ticking. Meanwhile, you're at a beach bar paying $4 for a local beer. Think about it. If 4 of your 7 days are port-heavy days where you only use the package for a couple of evening drinks, your effective cost per drink skyrockets. You're not paying $65 a day for unlimited drinks. You're paying $65 for 2 rum punches after dinner. Smart cruisers approach this differently. Some choose itineraries with more sea days specifically to maximize package value. Others skip the package entirely on port-intensive sailings and budget for individual drinks instead. Matching your drink strategy to your itinerary is one of the most overlooked money moves in cruising. If you've sailed with the same cruise line more than a couple of times, you might already have access to free drinks without buying anything. Most major cruise line loyalty programs include beverage perks at mid to upper tiers. On Celebrity, for instance, their Captain's Club members at the elite level receive a classic cocktail package as part of their loyalty benefit. Holland America's Mariner Society offers free drinks at certain tiers. Even Carnival's VIFP program includes priority bar access and drink promotions for loyal members. These perks don't always replace a full unlimited package, but they often cover the realistic number of drinks most passengers actually consume. If you're getting 4 complimentary cocktails a day through loyalty status, and you normally drink 4 or 5, you're now weighing the full package price against 1 or 2 additional drinks. The math almost never favors the package at that point. Check your loyalty tier before every booking. It's surprising how many repeat cruisers buy the drink package out of habit without realizing their status already covers most of what they drink. I promised you a simple way to decide whether the drink package is right for your specific sailing. Here it is. Ask yourself 3 questions. First, how many alcoholic drinks do I honestly have on a typical vacation day? Not your best day, your average day. If the answer is 3 or fewer, the package probably loses you money. Second, how many sea days does this itinerary have? If it's fewer than half the total cruise days, your value window shrinks dramatically. And third, have I already checked the bundled fare price that includes drinks? If the bundled fare is within 10 to 15% of what you'd pay for the base fare, plus the package, the bundled fare almost always wins because it includes other perks too. 3 questions, 60 seconds, and you'll make a more informed decision than 90% of passengers standing in that booking screen panic I described at the start of this video. So, let's bring this all together. The drink package isn't a scam, but it's also not the automatic good deal cruise lines want you to believe. The real savings come from understanding the break-even math. watching for those booking window discounts, comparing bundled fares against separate add-ons, and honestly matching your drinking habits to your itinerary. For lighter drinkers, the free beverages on board and a few individual purchases will almost always cost less. For heavier drinkers on C-day heavy itineraries, the package can absolutely make sense, especially if you buy it at a discount and use it for coffees, juices, and water throughout the day too. The point is, now you're making this decision with real information instead of cruise line marketing pressure. You're not guessing. You're not panicking at the booking screen. You're making a smart, informed call. And that's worth more than any package discount. If this helped you see drink packages differently, hit that subscribe button. I've got more cruise money saving strategies coming that go way beyond the basics. Drop a comment and tell me, are you a drink package buyer or do you go a la carte? I genuinely want to know. And if you're planning a cruise right now, the next video is one you absolutely don't want to miss. I'll see you there.